What is going on? Welcome to the Get Firm podcast. I'm Mike and I'm your host. Here we are again on episode 15 with another episode designed to help you in many ways mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally. So, what is going on? I got my favorite spirit is rum shirt on. It is spooky season, and you know what just happened on Friday afternoon? The stock market and cryptocurrency scared the living shit out of us. XRP dropped over 50%. Bitcoin went all the way down to 106,000. Right now, at recording, it's 112,533. So it's on its way back. XRP is now at a minus 13. So it is moving back up in the right direction. But why? What happened yesterday? Well, there's some steel and precious metal situations going on between the United States and another country, and it is not happening the way that I guess our country wants it to. So there's 100% tariff placed on that country that is opposing the United States views. And yeah, the stock market reacted in a very, very, very negative way. So I always look at big dips as an opportunity to buy, and that is your rich mentality. The rich mentality is you got to buy all the time. But when there's a dip, you buy a little bit more. So there's three things you really could have did yesterday. You could have bought more, which is what I did. And I have a group of about 10 people who I talk to, my friends that we talk about cryptocurrency, and we all bought yesterday. You could sit on your hands and do nothing, and that's okay too. Maybe you don't have any extra money laying around. That's fine. But the thing you don't want to do is panic sell. You don't want the ghost to scare the shit out of you and you say, oh man, I'm going to sell everything. Because if you did yesterday, there was a point where my account was wrecked. I was down 22% on the day. I ended the day down 8%, which believe me, it still sucks. But I know long term, I am still an XRP, Bitcoin, IonQ, and more believer. And all those stocks and all those companies got wrecked yesterday. It's October 11th. What's going on, Mike? I heard that the year after the halving, which just happened when Donald Trump took office, Q4, which is October through January, that they call it Uptober because cryptocurrency is supposed to go higher. I still think that's going to happen. And here's why. There is so much adoption happening right now with cryptocurrency. And I think what's really happening is price suppression, market manipulation. There's something going on right now. You have all these companies buying so much Bitcoin. You have countries buying so much Bitcoin, and yet the price is staying the same or dropping. Now, I don't know why or how that happens, but I know it's happening. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. So we're going to keep buying, we're going to keep holding, and we're going to toe the line here. And in 10 years, we're going to look back and be like, man, I'm glad I didn't sell. Because here's the thing. If the little guy sells all their cryptocurrency and the big guys come in and buy it, guess what? We're more in trouble than ever. I could say a lot worse things, but we're in far worse shape than ever because the little man keeps shrinking. The middle class is gone. And 80 to 90% of the population is only controlling roughly 10 to 15% of the wealth at this point. Now, those numbers might be wrong, but just look around. I mean, the haves and the have nots, it is the biggest gap you have ever seen in a very long time. So I think cryptocurrency and investing early and often is the only way out of this. So I've been helping quite a few young people with their investing journey. And my advice to them is usually pretty simple. Get your QQQ, get your VOO, get your VTSAX, get your MGK, build up 50 to $150,000 slow and steady. And, you can have a couple stocks in there, 4 or 5 stocks. But you really have time on your side when you're in your 20s and your 30s, even your 40s. So just put the money in there and things that are going to continue compounding for the long run and think top 30 companies There's a new Fidelity fund called TOPT. It is the top 20 by market cap stocks. And I think that's a good one to have as well, in addition to your VOO and QQQ, because the top 20 seem to move the market quite a bit. So that's all I got to say about crypto right now. Yesterday was rough. I'm just going to throw that out there. It was really rough. That was scary. I mean, I was texting my buddy and I was just like, "Oh man, is this it? Is this when everything goes to zero?" But very quickly it came back up, which means, in my opinion, that they wanted to scare us, but they didn't want to scare us so much that they bankrupted everybody. Because here's the thing, if there's a lot of young people where all their money is in cryptocurrency, all of it. And I don't recommend that at all. Keep it 5 to 15% of your portfolio. And again, not financial advice. I'm just some dude wearing a freaking ghost shirt because it's cool. So anyway, yeah, lots of stuff going on in music right now. I want to give a shout out to Karley Scott Collins and Alana Springsteen. I was at a Keith Urban concert last week, and man, those girls rock. Like really, really good country. I got Karley's album here, and she signed it for me. I'm gonna dive into that this weekend. Alana Springsteen, or Elena Springsteen, I forget how you pronounce it, but she is amazing. And Keith Urban put on a great show too. You couldn't tell that he was going through marital discord and things like that. He went out there and just rocked out. So Keith Urban's getting divorced and Taylor Swift's getting married. Like, holy hell. By the way, Taylor Swift's new album, way better than the last one. I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie. I was more of a country music Taylor Swift fan. Shake It Off and stuff like that. Those were fun, but like she's kind of went, downhill as far as I'm concerned. And I know everybody seems to like her. Like 7 out of 10 people are in love with the girl, but she's getting engaged here and getting married to, Jason Kelce. That's kind of cool. No, Travis Kelce, getting married to Travis Kelce. Sorry about that. Jason is Philadelphia Eagles, walking around in the Mummers outfit. Go Birds, go Birds. Super Bowl champions last year. Not looking so good right now. Defense was completely out to lunch on Thursday night when the Phillies also lost and the Flyers also lost. And then last week, James Franklin lost for Penn State to UCLA. But now I'm just rambling. That's not what this podcast is about. But anyway, shout out to those two girls and Keith Urban for a great performance. I wanted to also give you my stock pick for Q4 here in 2025, and that is Serve Robotics, SERV. I believe that stock will outperform here in the next 3 months. Just one guy's opinion, but basically it's the robots that are going to be delivering food to you, like busboys or expedite people or waitresses and things like that do at the restaurants that you go to now. So Serve Robotics, I think that's a good play for the next 5 to 10 years, but the next 3 months, I think it is going to crank to the moon. So the last thing I want to talk about here, since it is the Get Firm podcast, and everybody does want to get firm, whether it's financially, whether it's fitness, or in their relationships, having good relationships. You want to have good, firm, strong relationships in your life. So here's the thing. We are now October 11th. It is 10:35 a.m. here on the Eastern Seaboard, and you have some decisions to make. May and June are going to come so fast, and I say this every year. So if you're sitting here right now, you're like, man, Mike, I'm 70, 80, 90, 100 pounds overweight, maybe even 50 pounds overweight, and you want to be lean by next summer. It's time to get serious. It is time to get dialed in. Well, Mike, maybe I am only 20, 30 pounds overweight. Well, maybe you can wait a couple months. You can add some muscle, add some strength. Start in January, give yourself 5 months. But here's the thing. You got to give yourself enough time and enough runway to build the habits that are going to grow you in your fitness or get rid of body fat. And those are two different modes. Don't let anybody tell you that you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. You can, but it's very, very difficult. You have to really control what you're eating, and you have to really control how you're working out. Stress and sleep have to be under control. So write down what my goal is for June of 2025. June 1st. Got about 9 months. And I want you to think about it. 9 months to lose 90 pounds is a stretch, but you might be able to do it. 9 months to lose 45 pounds, completely doable. 9 months to lose 20 pounds, you don't even have to start yet. Right now, you can build some muscle, focus on getting stronger, And then come January, you can lose those 20 pounds over 5 months. You want to lose 0.5 to 2 pounds a week. And I know there's a lot of supplements out there right now and pharmacological interventions that you take that you're going to lose a lot faster than that. And if you and your doctor agree with that and say that that's right for you, that's fine. But in my experience, you're going to lose a lot of muscle tissue if you're losing more than 2 pounds a week. So these 12, 13, 1400 calorie diets, they are not right. Right now, I'm down 6 pounds. I'm eating 2,400 calories a day. I'll probably drop that as low as 18 or 1,900. I have a week off coming up here where I'm going to eat whatever I want and then be dialed right back in. And that's another thing. You can't diet forever. You want to take 3, 4, 5 weeks, diet, and then come right back and take a couple days to enjoy yourself and live your life. There are no bad foods. It's just not following moderation principles. So that gives you an idea of what you need to be doing now if you want to look, maybe not your best, but better than you do now in 9 months. If you have over 150 pounds to lose, I firmly think it's okay to figure out whatever you got to do to get that weight off in the next 2 years. And maybe you need some help. But even if you go down that road, GLP-1, appetite suppressants, anything like that, Lord knows I've used them, fat burners, things like that. If you're going to do that, you still should get a professional to look at your nutrition, look at your fitness. An online coach is going to cost you $200 to $400 a month, where they're going to write you a program. Then you got to go in and do it on your own. A really high qualified coach like myself, the starting point is going to be $400, and it's going to go all the way up to $2,000, depending on how much time and effort you're going to require from that trainer. But that trainer or that coach is going to take you so far in life. And I believe that a coach is the person that differentiates some success and some high levels of progress. Anybody can get some success on their own, but the most progress I've made in my life has been because of my coaches and the people I surround myself with. I'm going to give you 3 bands to go check out right now. I'm going to butcher the first name. Sanguisugabogg, death metal, killer new album. Arch Enemy, that's number 2. They just released a deluxe edition to their last album. The last 3 songs are new songs, really good. And Yellowcard, the Ocean Avenue boys, are back with an amazing, amazing punk rock emo album, and you should definitely go check it out. Went a little bit longer than normal. Don't panic. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. XRP is not going anywhere, but don't bet the farm on it. Write down what you're doing between now and June and check in with me in the comments below, and go listen to that Taylor Swift album. Go listen to Karley Scott Collins. Go listen to Alana Springsteen, Sanguisugabogg, Arch Enemy, and keep your head up, because, listen, everything is going to be all right. Bob Marley said it best. Stuttering to end the show. I will see you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.